Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Life with Patty, and happy Saturday afternoon everybody. I am here to show you and share with you my completed page for week 31 of hashtag Artisan Journal Prompt 2024. This is hosted by myself, and I give you a prompt every Sunday morning, and you have a week to come up with something with that prompt and create it, and then upload a video sharing what you created. We are going to go through the whole year once a week, and at the end we will do a flip through of our completed journals. Now you can see my journal is just this page because I have made another journal with big spiral, the big rings, because it got way too big. So next year I plan on trying really hard to make my pages flat, like this one is flat, but some of them are raised with embellishments that are so big they've made the journal just obnoxiously huge. So next year, that's my goal. I will create, it will become thick because you have paper on paper on paper and some stickers, different things, but not use such huge embellishments like I did this year. Anyways, this is week 31, and the prompt was traveling / vacation. So you could do either one, or you could tie it in together. So what I did was vacation, and as a child growing up, my parents loved to go camping. So we went camping two ways. We went camping in tents and trailers and vans, and we also went camping in cabins. Like we rented a cabin at the lake, and we went with all of our family. We did this for years. We would go with our whole family to the lake, and there would be like over 70 of us, and we would rent the whole resort. Sorry for my air conditioner, you guys. We would rent the whole resort, and we would each have a cabin, but then we would do activities all week long, like fishing and boating and hiking, and play games next to the fire, or play games up at the big cabin where my aunt and uncle stayed. They're wonderful memories, and I even have those memories with my children, because when my children got a little bit older, we started to go up there with my family again. But this one is more of the camping one. So this is the one that my dad would get home on a Friday night, and he'd say, "Dearie," that's what he would call my mom. He'd say, "Dearie, let's go camping this weekend." And we would load up the trailer. We had a trailer that looked just like this one, and we had a van that looked just like this. And we would load it up, and the lake was only like 4 miles from our house, but we'd go up to the lake and camp in a camp resort and fish and go boating on the lake and hiking around the lake, and they were just good memories. But we didn't just go to one place. We went all over Northern California. There's all kinds of lakes and campgrounds all over Northern California. But all these places that we would go to, I would say, would be maybe an hour or two at the most from our home, and somewhere as close as 15 minutes. And we would just spend the weekend there, camping and fishing and hiking. And my dad always had a boat, so we would go skiing. And yeah, we just had great times. And I always remember when we would go up to, it was called Lake Almanor. It's still there. Very popular, but we would go up there with all of my family once a year in the summer and once a year in the winter. But I remember in the summer, my aunt and uncle lived up there full time, and they had the resort, so they would save the resort for us for a week. And in front of their house, they had a big 2-story house. There was a big lawn there, and then next to that was the lake. And at least once or twice in that 2 weeks that we were there, all of us kids would get our sleeping bags and sleep on the open air, just out on the lawn. And I just remember we would all look up at all the stars. So I put these stars up here. And we'd always look for the shooting star. And a lot of us would go back to the cabin. We'd get scared. It would be the teenagers, my older brother and sister, my older cousins, that would stay out there all night. And the rest of us would sneak back to our cabins. Sometimes we stayed up late or stayed there the whole night, but very rarely until we got older. But anyways, so it's basically just stickers this week for me. but a lot of fun memories that I remember from growing up and camping. And my kids tell me too that their favorite memories are going up to Lake Elminor with all of our family. I remember my husband once asked me, we're going to go spend a whole week or 2 weeks, because some stayed for a week, we stayed for 2 weeks. One of my cousins always stayed for 2 weeks, and her family. And my husband said, there's going to be 72 of us, and you're all going to get along? I said, yes. And when we left that first year that he'd ever experienced that with us, he said that was the most fun he'd ever had going with family. And we did that for years and years and years. So I hope that you enjoyed my little reminiscing of a story this week and my very easy page, but lots of great memories from this page. I will be back tonight at midnight to give you your next prompt. And I hope that you guys have a great Saturday. And I shall talk to you all later. Bye-bye.